Hey guys, Jean-Claude here, and wait a minute, do you know what today is? Today is Patron Day. We're going to be opening up 2 decks for patrons. Let's give this wheel a spin. Good luck to everyone. This is the tune-up wheel. There's this official spin. And the winner of the first Dark Tidings deck is Keith Philbin. That was a very slow, tried to get, I guess it was quite a bit on Keith Philbin, but the way it was moving slow, I thought it was going to maybe hit Alex there. Okay, well, this first deck right over here is going to be for you, Keith. Good luck. Let's see what we got inside today's first deck. This is so weird to me. Like, I believe the last ones we did, weren't the houses down here? And I had to, like, flip it or something? Oh, well. Either way, first house is Shadows, Green Archon. Second house, Sanctum. And the third house, Logos, Lady Mina H. Morgan, and let's see what this thing has inside of it. If you're new to the channel, whenever it comes to these random patron openings, we just go ahead and read all the cards. We don't really talk too much about strategy because we have to get through 2 decks. And at the end, you tell me which deck you liked more. Okay, so always the high tide, low tide card. Start off with Shadows here, fixing the camera. Much better. Shoulder id, 6 power taunt, cannot fight, and I just realized we're missing overhead light. Give me a second. Now we're rolling. Okay, shoulder id, 6 power taunt, cannot fight. When it would deal damage, steal 1 instead. Seeker Needle, it's an artifact. Action. Deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, gain an amber. Sea Urchin, 1 power poison. Play, capture an amber. If the tide is high, you steal 1 instead. Loot or pillage, choose 1, steal an amber, or a friendly creature captures 3 amber. That's actually a pretty solid card. Hornswoggle, amber whenever you play it, use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Hard Simpson, 4 power elusive. After it's dealt damage, steal an amber. If the tide is low, your opponent steals 1 instead. Gas Pipes Malone, 3 power. Before the fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights, captures 1 amber from its own side. Cement Shoes, amber whenever you play it, deal 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, raise the tide. Like seeing those sort of effects. Trickle Down Theory, it's an artifact. Play, raise the tide. Omni, gain 1 amber if your opponent has 6 or more. A free raise the tide effect, and anytime your opponent has 6 more amber, you can gain an amber. That's kind of a cool card. I don't know, not going to get a whole bunch of uses off that, though. Stir Up Trouble, choose a creature and one of its neighbors. Each chosen creature deals damage equal to its power to the other. That's an interesting card, I like that. Old Bruno, 3 power, elusive, play, capture 3 amber. Widespread Corruption, it's an artifact, amber whenever you play it. After a player gains amber by reaping, a creature they do not control captures that amber. That is a pretty cool effect. Now we're on the Sanctum, it's Urian, the Circumspect, 3 power, 1 armor. Reap, gain amber equal to its armor. Hopefully we get some effects that increase its armor in here. Staunch Knight, 4 power, 2 armor, gets +2 power while it's on a flank. Heal or Harm, choose 1 fully healed creature and gain an amber, or ready and fight with a friendly creature. Hammergram, deal 3 damage to a creature and stun it. Bulwark, 4 power, 1 armor, Assault 2, each of its neighbors gains Assault 2. A second Bulwark, those are really fun if they're next to one another. Oh, a third Bulwark! Wow, that is a lot of assault damage in this deck. Shoulder Armor, okay, goes well with that Urian. It's an upgrade, amber whenever you play it. While this creature's on a flank, it gets +2 armor and +2 power. Oh my gosh, a second one of those. That is kind of insane to think about. That means you could potentially reap for 5 additional amber plus the 1 you get from reaping itself. That's 6 amber. Whoa! First or last. First time we've seen this. Choose 1, purge each creature with the highest power, or purge each creature with the lowest power. That's a pretty neat effect. Doorstep to Heaven, love, amber control. Amber whenever you play it, each player with 6 more amber loses all but 5 of it. Lord Golgotha, very powerful card. I believe this is the 3rd set it's in. 5 power, 2 armor before the fight. Deal 3 damage to each neighbor of the creature Lord Golgotha fights. Now we're on to Logos Theory or Conjecture. Choose 1, archive the top 2 cards of your deck, or play the top card of your deck. That's a pretty cool effect. Talmage Steelheart, 3 power, play, give it a +1 power counter for each card you have played this turn, including this one. Hydro Cataloger, it's an artifact, amber whenever you play it. After a player raises the tide, they archive the top card of their deck. I like that. Oh gosh, to say I really love them in multiples. You got 2 of them in here. Blige Warden, 2 power, play, reap. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide, otherwise you raise the tide. Armadrone, 1 power, 3 armor, fight, steal an amber. Another Armadrone. Fila the Researcher, 1 power, elusive. After a creature is played adjacent to Fila the Researcher, draw a card. Brain Eater, did not know it was in the set. 6 power, after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Brain Eater, draw a card. Anomaly Exploiter, it's an artifact, action, destroy a damaged creature. Mobius Scroll, it's an artifact, action, archive it, and up to 2 cards from your hand. And the final card of the deck is Chronophage, 3 power. Your opponent's creatures and artifacts gain Omega. What? After they play that card in the current step. That is an insane card. Did we have a taunt inside of Sanctum? Man, was there one? I know there was Shoulder Id inside of Shadows. That's a taunt. That is kind of crazy. I just want to go back through, just see if there was one in Sanctum. I really don't think we hit one. That's kind of a shame. Yeah, there was no other taunt. That is a really insane card. Whoa, 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 whoa. Imagine if this does somehow survive a turn. You can get like the 2 shoulder armors on there. That could be absolutely absurd. All right, let's get the wheel set up for the 5 and up patrons. All right. Here we go. Wait for it to adjust. And good luck to everyone. Get a good spin. There it is. Who will be the winner of the next deck? It is Jason Schreier. Okay, it's been a while for him, but he did go on a streak a while back. He hit like 2 in a row, so that was pretty wild. Okay, I guess it's your time again, Jason. All right, will this be the same way? Okay, we see the first house, Saurian. Second house, let's tear this a little bit more down here. There we go. Wait, was that another green Archon? That one was green too, correct? Yeah, okay. So Saurian, second house, Logos. Love seeing Logos in every set. Such a powerful house. And the last house is Untamed. Preska R. Hulace Jr. And that's a crazy looking Archon. Looks maybe like an insect sort of thing. No, actually, it's got robot parts up there. All right, let's see what this thing has. Okay, let's go ahead and drop down the first 2 cards because we know the High Tide, Low Tide is here. And the first card of the deck is Youngest Bear. 2 power Reap. You may reap with one of Youngest Bear's neighbors. Way of the Pixie, it's an upgrade. This creature gains Reap, gain an Amber. Reap or Sow. Choose one. Ready and reap with a friendly creature. Or give 3 +1 power counters to creatures distributed as you choose. Oh, okay. Well, this is a great card to put it on to. Mookling 2 power. Your opponent's keys cost +X Amber, where X is Mookling's power. Keyfrog 2 power. Destroyed forged key at current cost. Chelonia. I have not seen this yet. Is that a turtle? Okay, it says Beast Witch. 2 power Elusive. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, gain an Amber. And it has Elusive? That is a really cool card. And check it out. It is a common card on top of that. That means you're more likely to get multiples of that card. All tied up. Amber Heavy Plate. If the tide is high, gain an Amber. Otherwise, raise the tide. Waste not. Amber Heavy Plate. Destroy a friendly creature. Draw cards equal to half that creature's power, rounding up. That is an interesting card. I like that it says destroy a friendly creature, so it doesn't have to be an untamed creature, right? You can already have a different creature out from a different house. Oh, wait. This has Saurians, right? Hold on. Let's just flip it. Oh my goodness. If we hit a huge Saurian creature on an untamed turn, this could create so much card advantage. Especially if it's like a Saurian creature that entered play stunned, you wouldn't be able to use it anyway. I know we had those in the last 2 sets. Come on, this could be absolutely insane. That's an uncommon? Wow. What a wild card. Thin the Herd, Amber Heavy Plate, shuffle the 4 least powerful creatures into the owner's deck. Pretty nice card. Genetic Drift, Amber Heavy Plate, give a creature a +1 power counter. Then give each creature with a +1 power counter another +1 power counter. Oh, okay, that pairs well with that other card we had in here. Ambermancy, Amber Heavy Plate, remove up to 3 +1 power counters from a creature. Gain Amber for each counter removed this way. That is a very specific card, but I guess we do have things that work with it, so maybe you get some additional Amber. Blossom Drake, 4 power. It gets +1 power for each artifact in play. Each artifact's text box is considered blank except for traits. Fun card. Okay, now we're on to Saurians. 7 power is acceptable. We're looking for something bigger, though, to pair with that Untamed card. Venator Altrum, 7 power, 2 armor. If it's dealt damage and the tide is low, exalt it. Oh, here we go. This would be 6 cards off that 1 card. That's really, really insane to me. So 12 power, while the tide is low, it deals no damage when fighting. Reach Advantage, Amber Heavy Plate. If the tide is high, your friendly creature captures 3 Amber. Otherwise, you raise the tide. Medicus Lacus, 5 power. While the tide is high, you may spend Amber on friendly creatures as if it were in your pool. That's a nice card. Magistra Vita, 5 power. Play Reap. You may exalt a friendly non-Saurian creature. If you do, reap with it. Cool. Crushing Charge. Destroy each creature with power 4 or lower. Gain 1 chain. This reminds me a little bit of Volcano. Actually, it's not quite as bad. Volcano gave you an additional chain. It did 4 damage to all creatures, which would really mess up some of your creatures that you were trying to hold on to. But these type of effects, as neat as they may look to, say, a new player, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I feel like these are typically a negative in a lot of your own decks. Cornicin Octavia, 5 power, 1 armor. Action, capture 2 Amber. Censor Philo. It cannot be dealt damage by creatures that have Amber on them. A lot of creatures inside of Saurian. There's a second censor. Humble, Amber Heavy Plate. Exhaust a creature. If you do, move 3 Amber from that creature to the common supply. Imperial Forge, Amber Heavy Plate. Forge a key at +8 current cost, reduced by 1 Amber for each Amber on friendly creatures. Well, I feel like we had a decent amount of effects that are putting some Amber on our creatures, so this has a decent chance of going off. Good of the Many. Destroy each creature that does not share a trait with another creature in its controller's battle line. It's a decent card as long as you can get some attacks in, really mess up your opponent's battle line, saving your own. But this card is just generally okay. Now we're on to logos, theory or conjecture. We read it in the last deck, archiving 2 or playing the top card of your deck. Oh, a second one of those. That really helps speed up the deck. Oh my gosh, a third one. With 3 of these, I almost feel like I would rather do the archive the 2 cards effect. That's pretty cool. Submersive principle, each player loses 1 amber. If the tide is high, each player loses half their amber instead, rounding down the loss. Hydro cataloger, it's an artifact. We saw it in the last one as well. Final analysis, destroy each creature. Each player draws a card for each creature they control that was destroyed this way. Hopefully we get some cards to combo with it, especially since we have 2 of those. Only want to see maybe 1 of those in the deck. Blige Warden, we saw that also as well in the last deck. Professor Garwin, 3 power elusive. Reap, you may choose a card in your archives and put it into your hand. That's a cool card, especially considering if it's already out. We play the cards the archive top 2, then we can reap with it, maybe get another logos card to play that turn. Isotropic Core, it's an artifact. Amber, whenever you play it, each friendly creature gains hazardous 1. Oh my gosh, Chronophage, that was right there as a matter of fact. What an insane card. I didn't see any taunts, too bad, but this really is an insane card. Academy Training, it's an upgrade. If you control this creature, it belongs to House Logos and gains Reap, draw a card. Okay, well, both these decks look very interesting to me. Luckily, they had a little bit of artifact control, at least some bigger ones. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below which one of these decks did you like more. And I want to thank everyone, once again, as always, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching these videos. And as always, I'll see you next time.